All right. Welcome back to More FLA Homes. If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian Clay. Alongside me is one of our real estate rock stars on the squad, Epoxy Josh. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? How's it going today?
It's splendid so far. It's Monday. I don't know when everybody's watching this, but community breakdown. Now, before we even hop into the community, I got to ask you, is it Kissimmee? Is it Point Siena? Like, where the heck are we today?
We thought about this location last time. I consider it Point Siena being a local here, but the address tells me Kissimmee, so I guess I'll go with the address. I'm assuming it's Kissimmee to everyone else.
Yeah, let me just show them where we're at real quick. We're doing a community breakdown, so we're going to talk about the community, the fees, the amenities. We're going to tour a floor plan, talk a little bit about the warranty process. But first, let me show them where we are at. So here's Orlando. Here's Interstate I-4. This is kind of no man's land. That's kind of what I said last time, right? Like people from Central Florida thought of it as kind of Point Siena, but it is a Kissimmee address. I would say the benefit to being out here: 35 to 55 to Disney, 40 to 55 to Universal, and you're about 45 minutes to an hour and 5 minutes to the Orlando International Airport. So proximity, right? You think about it. Like, people move to Orlando for what main reason? People would move to Tampa for kind of beaches and coastal lifestyle. People move to Orlando for many reasons, but mostly like closer to entertainment and theme parks and stuff. And so that checks this box here.
Yeah, of course. When you think of Orlando, people moving here, the first thing they think of is Disney World, Universal. That's the two main attractions as far as theme parks go in Orlando.
So talk to us about this community. Was two builders, right? We're looking at Taylor Morrison today in this community. Lennar was in here. So before we hop into the community, like, what's going on with that? And then let's just transition straight into the amenities and fees.
Yeah, so this was Lennar and Taylor Morrison. Lennar is still out here for the time being. Once they sell out of their homes, they will be leaving the community. Lennar was kind of the smaller homes, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, more affordable. However, what I found pretty cool is once they're out, Taylor Morrison eventually is going to transition into having villas out here, which will take the lower price point for them and put it right back into action with Lennar leaving.
Hey, listen, if I had to weigh the two products, I would definitely take the Taylor Morrison product if the price were to be the same. And it looks like Taylor Morrison is going to push for some affordability with Lennar kind of leaving that product on the table. What are we looking at right here?
So this is the new shopping center about 5 minutes down the road from this community. So you're going to have your pet stores, you're going to have food, you're going to have this nice Crunch Fitness state of the art that I was a member at for a little while. But they've also got some more things coming in the future. They have restaurants, they have the hospital right next door to it. So everything that you need, plus your Publixes and Walmarts are down the road as well. So everything is around this community, even though it seems like it's way out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, that was always the knock about this. That's why I called it no man's land, right? It's like, okay, we have to do so much to get to like the day-to-day things with all of this essentially outside of your community helps out a ton with that. So let's talk about the fees and the amenities. Let's hop into it.
Yeah, so the fees out here, they're going to range from the HOA is going to be 421 to 425. They do have two different size lots, 52 and 62. The CDD is going to be paid 165 to 196. Now, this is a resort style community. So think of 55 plus, but there's no age restrictions. You can be 21 years old and live out here. But what I also find really cool about this community with the bigger floor plans and the smaller floor plans, if you're someone that's looking to move here, maybe you have a big family, but you also want your parents to come as well, but you don't want them living with you. You have the smaller homes, you have the bigger homes, and people have already been doing that. I was talking to someone when I was out there, and that's exactly what they did. And I was like, man, that is a great idea, and this community is built for that.
Yeah, I
But
mean, we talk about like being a little jealous with the 55 plus communities, right? They
yeah,
get all the cool stuff. And so this one is like really going to give you those resort style amenities. I saw the gate going into the community, right? So like you have that, but what are some of the other amenities that you'll get?
yeah, so it's going to be gated, like you said. They've also got the resort pool. They've got pickleball. They've got a huge clubhouse. They're going to be doing community events, just like a 55 plus would be. Like we were talking about last time, even though they don't have amenities yet, they were doing a glow in the dark pickleball tournament. So they are partnered with
Man, somebody's gonna
Crunch
get hurt,
Fitness.
man. Glow in the dark
Hey man,
pickleball tournament. Somebody's gonna get hurt out there.
I'd give it a whirl. But they are partnered with Crunch Fitness, and they're partnered with some sports facilities, so they can still run these events until they get theirs up and going. But eventually, they will have the tennis courts, the pickleball, the big amenity center with the resort pool. They're also going to have a Bahama bar, so you're going to have a swim up bar to get your food, drinks. Now they do have a restaurant minimum out here, which is $750 a year, but if you go to this place a couple times, get you a few drinks, take the family out to eat once or twice, I mean that's going to be almost next to nothing for you.
In today's world, that's two dinners.
Exactly.
That's two dinners in today's world. So, like,
Now,
but real quick, your opinion based on the amenities. They're not here yet. Do you have any word on when they will be? Let's just start with like the pool. Like, any word on when that's going to be breaking ground?
so I did get word. It is a little far out.
Yeah,
They're looking at 17 months. They've got it cleared. They've got the dirt moving, but this is going to be a state of the art type clubhouse and pool. It's also going to have the fitness center and spa treatment in there as well. So it's going to take some time. However, they do have one of the model homes set up for the event. So they got a big bird cage in the back, screened in enclosure. They're going to be running events there, bingo nights, trivias, all the all the cool stuff you're going to have once this community opens. So they're taking care of that point, but the amenities are going to be a little bit ways out.
okay. And then what's your thoughts on, before we hop into the home tour, like, what do you think this community is going to be when it's all said and done, right? Because we're showing people lots and some homes that have been built, and there's not much there, but we're talking about what's to come. Like, I don't know, like, do you think this is going to be like a very popular, active community, or will it just be one of many master plans that we see in Central Florida?
I believe this one here is going to be pretty active. I think this is going to be a very sought after community because, for one, it's an area that didn't have a lot, but they've built a lot of new structures. So most of the structures in this area are new. They have new schools coming. They have the Point Santa Parkway outside of this community that is eventually going to be connecting to the main roads like 429 and Interstate 4 to make these travel times a lot better. And that's also going to get you to the theme parks a lot quicker. So it's going to get you in that range, but it's still going to be a lot more affordable than if you were to go to like the Winter Gardens,
I
the
think that
Claremont.
is going to be it. I think it's going to be just as nice as some of those other communities out there, but way more affordable. What are the price points? Let's talk
Yep.
about those and fill in.
So the price points out here are going to start for Taylor Morrison at 400, and they're going to range up to 7, 8, depending on how much you want to do in the design studio and what lot you want, all that kind of
Sure.
stuff. But they do have 1,800 all the way up to 3,000 square feet homes. They do have a 2-bedroom home for Taylor Morrison as well. So they have a smaller home, but it's going to be that 1,800. And then they go all the way up to the 5 bedrooms, 3 baths.
Okay, cool. So Taylor Morrison, this is level 3 out here. Select your lot, go
Correct.
to the design studio. Hopefully you have somebody on your team that's helping you understand what's going to bring your home value versus you just kind of blowing money and building the best home ever. Which, if you want to do that, like, let's figure out how to do that to the best of its abilities there. But what does it look like putting down deposits, and how? I don't even know if you mentioned how long it's taking to build these homes.
Yeah, so like you said, it's a level 3. So you're going to pick your lot. Unless you want to go spec, they do have spec as well.
Okay.
But if you want to do the to be build route, you're going to pick your lot, you're going to pick your floor plan. The base price of the lot and floor plan is going to be 10% of that is going to be your deposit.
Okay.
Then once you're under contract with that, that's when you're going to go to the design studio. You're going to, go crazy if you want, design the house. They do have like 7 different levels at the design studio as far as cabinets, countertops, flooring. So they have a lot of stuff to pick from. They also do have packages. However, just kind of basing it off what I was looking at, the packages don't really do as much for you as the design studio. You can
Sure.
probably save yourself some money going the design studio route.
Gotcha.
But so once you do that, it's going to be an 8-month process. 2 months is going to take it to get the building permits, and then you're going to look at that 5 to 6 month time as far as them building it.
Cool. So good general information for everybody out there. As you know, like, we have formulas in place to really extract the most out of a deal, right? And you're well versed with Taylor Morrison. Like, what are some types of incentives and deals that you've gotten that the builder wasn't necessarily offering, but just to give people an idea of like what we can do for them?
Yeah. So for starters, they're offering right now 1% below market rate on the rates
Okay,
and 10K closing costs.
that's nothing.
So I mean, that's yeah, it's nothing. I even told the rep when I was out there, I was like, "What? Are you crazy? We would never accept that." But that's kind of we've tailored our methods as far as the built method for this kind of thing to get our people the best deal that can possibly be gotten. We also have our strategy of cap that we use for our negotiating. So as far as Taylor Morrison goes, our team has done business with all these builders. I've done business with Taylor Morrison a lot.
Yeah.
I've sold probably more Taylor Morrison homes than any other ones. I don't know how, but it's just happened like that. But there's been some really, really good deals that were not being offered when it comes to Taylor Morrison.
Yeah.
We've really got them to bend for us.
Yeah, they're definitely one of those builders that we know, and keep in mind, people, like, we strike the same for all builders, but I use the analogy of, like, once you know how far the knee or the elbow can bend, then we know that it could potentially be taken that far again, right? And so it's
Correct.
definitely one of those builders we have moved the needle with. So make sure you have representation on your side and you're not just swinging for the gates and just with no strategy. Email us, team@morefla.com. Now, warranty with them, because that's one of those things we do like to compare for our clients. Those are the once you close, that's really all you have to lean on. What type of warranty do they offer?
Yeah, so with Taylor Morrison, you're going to get what they call a 10-2-1. So 10 years, you're going to get structural, which is all the drywall, the framing, roof. 2 years is going to be inside the walls. It's going to be your plumbing, electrical, and then you get 1 year workmanship, which is going to be paint touch ups, tile breaks, anything of that sort, the small things that are going to happen.
Sure,
Now,
sure.
with Taylor Morrison, so the first 2 weeks after closing, the builder is still going to take care of everything. So if you call the construction manager up, the construction manager is still going to put work orders in for you. After that, you're going to have to go through warranty. And what's also good about Taylor Morrison's warranty is it's transferable. So if something were to happen, you list your home, you need to sell this home, that's going to be one more thing you got in your gun for this listing is the person who buys it is going to have this warranty.
That's right. And another thing to mention, right? Their warranty is backed by insurance. So it's third party, it's not in-house. Now, the benefit to that, which I don't really see this happening, but you never know, 10-year structural. Like, if let's just say Taylor Morrison were to go out of business, then that, if it was all in-house, then the warranty would be gone too. Like, you would have nothing to lean on. So I like the fact that you are like almost double backed when you have a warranty like that. Because 10-2-1, let's be honest, we don't want to see builders go beneath that. We've been seeing some builders take some years off of that, and that's like a red flag moment for us. We want you all to be, we want you guys to understand what the heck's going on, because those are the little things that I think you can overlook when you're buying a home. You're caught up in the process. They're giving you 10 grand and 1% under market this, and they're talking about that. And I think you can oversee some of the things that you may not see once you move in. So for us, we want to find you a really, really, really good lot that we feel like is going to bring you value in the future in case you go to sell, and kind of bring up the warranty stuff as well, just so you're aware.
And we are early on in this community, and just driving through this community, I was noticing a lot of corner lots. They still had some lots backing up to water, both inventory and to be built homes.
Ooh.
Those are going to be those lots that are going to bring you value, whether you're looking 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, or maybe you just want something as your forever home that you can walk out back and just have that beautiful view.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Now, look at this right here. I'll be honest with you. What's the dimensions of this home? How many bedrooms, bathrooms do we know? Square footage?
Yeah, so this is a 3-3 with a flex, and it's just over 2,200 square feet. Now, walking through this home, I'm going to be honest, it felt way bigger than 2,200 square feet. Like this home felt more closer to 2,800 to 3,000, just the way it was laid out, the way it was built. I mean, it felt massive when I was walking through it.
The one thing that is it's so different to me is the placement of the stove. It's not a bad. Once
Yeah.
again, people, like, it's your job to love or hate and direct us into what you want, and we're gonna work as hard as we can for you. I'm not used to seeing the stove over there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe the stove is where the sink is, and the sink is on the island. That's kind of like how you're. But once again, like, I think that's more of the cookie cutter way to do it. This is a little different. It's not terrible. It's just kind of, I'm not used to seeing it like that.
Yeah, it's definitely different, but I think they had to do some different things just because it's like this island's like the size of a California king size bed. I mean, it's massive.
Very true,
And
right?
what's really cool about this island and what they offer in this community is there's cabinets on both sides of the island. I know that's one of my pet peeves is having the storage space. This island has shelves on both sides of it.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, definitely a good touch to see. So like level 3 at starting at 400,000, that right there is a little lower than we would typically see the starting point for a level 3. I would say level 3 in that general area, you're probably starting like high 400s, somewhere around the high 400s for sure. Now, what about now? Just away from this, like how many? Do you know what's going on with the Lennar thing? Like how many do they have before they're totally sold out?
So I don't know the exact number, but I want to say it's probably less than 25 is what they
Okay.
have left. They have more villas than they do have the single family because Lennar does have 3 floor plans out here. They have two, and then they have another two that's a villa. So basically, it's like apartment style where you're sharing one block home with another person.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what that shows me that this is such a new community and they're already ready to get out is they missed the mark, right? They have a product out there that is not competing with this product out here. Like, so you have these two competitors. I'm assuming Taylor Morrison is selling way more homes and people are not buying the Lennar product, maybe because it looks a little less affordable and people are chasing what you're seeing here and kind of that level 3 type of buyer. So I would be interested in seeing how Taylor Morrison is going to produce those more affordable options, what they're going to look like.
Yeah. So what I was told when I was out there getting the info, finding out what was going on with the or with the Lennar thing, is that they switched management, and the original management thought this community was going to be a 55 plus community, which
Ah,
it has all the feels of a 55 plus.
sure. Yeah, it makes more
Everything in it
sense.
screams 55 plus, but you can be whatever age you want to be.
Yeah.
And now that it's not 55 plus, Lennar is trying to get out of it,
Ah,
which
understood. Okay. Listen,
that's
deals
what
to
I
be
was
had.
told.
Deals to be had, people. And
Exactly.
yeah, deals to be had for us for sure. Like we know when a builder is ready to wash their hands and move on to the next thing, that's probably when the best deals come about because they're just ready to,
Hmm.
get up and go. Now, a question for you: in this location, by the way, do you know anything about the pools? Like, is this something that is just in the model home? Are they offering it to be built or what?
No, sir. This community, you can have a pool built with your to be built homes. You're looking at an extra 80 to 110, depending on if you want pool and bird cage. But this is a community that you can have a pool built with your to be built home.
What a covered lanai here. Look at this thing, dude. This is a true livable covered lanai, not a slab with the covering over the top, hoping the rain doesn't hit you from the left or the right because that Florida rain does rain sideways sometimes, people. Look at this. This is like a whole nother space, right? So this probably is the reason it doesn't feel like 2,200 square foot. Like you just got that.
Yeah.
The covered area is just so large. So what would be your last question for you before we hop off here? What would be your home golf course if you were to live in this community?
Sola Vida, man.
You'd
You're
go
right
Solavita?
across the street. You're right across the street from Sola Vida. You got 2 courses over there, the Cypress and the Oaks. Both courses are decent courses. They're not the greatest courses, but they're
I
still
mean, when you
very
say
nice.
greatest, like what like
Well,
why aren't they up there?
they're they're not Southern Dunes,
Of course, come on
but
now, you're
I mean
spoiled.
they're still really really nice golf courses, and I like playing them myself,
Yeah,
even though I am a Southern Dunes guy.
yeah, that's the crib is Southern Dunes. So either way, a good update on this community. I know last time we were out here, we were looking at Lennar's product. We actually have some families that are out here already as well. Interested in seeing a few things. One of them is Taylor Morrison's affordable product. The other one is how
Yeah,
these amenities shape up, how they come together, right? Because right now we're being sold on the vision and maybe some of the plans and the renderings, but like, what is that actually going to look like? Are we going to be underwhelmed or overwhelmed? That's kind of like the next step for this community, I would say. Other than that, affordability, proximity, it being gated already and the feels that it has
Yeah.
checks a lot of boxes for sure.
Yeah, every time I go out here, the first thing I ask is, "Are them amenities ready yet? I want to see them."
We're ready to see them.
I'm tired of. I don't want to look at pictures no more. I want to see what they're going. I want to see what they're going to look like. What's
As
going on
they
out
do
here?
develop, we will we'll show you guys some transparency in that. If we feel like it's a little underwhelming from what they were offering, we will definitely let you know. Anything else before we hop off?
That's about it.
Okay, if you made it this far, make sure you hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, what the heck are you doing? Catch you guys on the next one.